Hello mates, cheers. It's the middle of the day and I need this, I'll tell you. Wait until you hear this story. Unbelievable state of incompetence. So, as some of you know, I live here in Whitby. So I have a residence, but we also have a holiday home. A holiday let, which we have the dreaded Whitby parking permits scratch cards that we need, and we've run out. And one of my subscribers, and we've run out. So we ordered them 10 days ago, and so they hadn't arrived. So we're supposed to pick them up down at the job centre in Whitby, and sometimes, occasionally, you get a call and they say they're here, but it's a bit hit and miss. So we'd run out and we've got guests turning up. So I checked with my wife. She said, well, I've ordered them. And she said, I've called Scarborough Council and I've asked them about the cards. And yes, they were sent. Yeah, they were sent. We're not quite sure when they were sent, but they were sent to the Whitby Job Centre for you to collect. And yeah, so I said, right, I'll tell you what, love, I'll go down and I'll check. Now, the reason I'm looking a bit damp and bedraggled is because it's absolutely lashing down outside, and I mean lashing down. So I walked down to the job centre, and security guys in there. It turns out he's a simply Whitby subscriber. We're talking about Barcat Catering and that. Anyway, the guy from the council was free, so I went over and I said, I've come to get some parking tickets. He said, they're not here. I said, oh. He says, yeah, I've only got one. He said, what's your name? So I give him my name. He says, no, they're not here. I've only got one lot and they're not yours. I says, oh, fire. I said, well, I've checked with Scarborough and they've sent them. Well, they're not here. So I said, I'll tell you what, can I get some of those one-day permits? Because I'm out and I've got some guests turning up. He says, I need a council tax bill. I said, well, we're in a paperless society and I don't have it. I don't have a council tax bill, I don't have my gas bill, and I don't have my electric bill. Well, I need a council tax bill. Right. I said, okay. So off I went. So I got outside. I called Mrs. M. Explained the situation. She says, I'll tell you what, I haven't got the bill, but I've got the barcode and the council tax reference. So I'll send you it. So she sent me it. So I trudged back down to the job centre. In I went. Even more wetterer than I was. He says, that's a business barcode. And I said, well, it's the only one I've got. So he checked it and he said, no, you can't have any one-day permits because that's a business. That's for the storerooms and you're not a resident. I said, well, I am a resident. I live next door. He says, well, I need a council tax bill then. I said, I haven't got it. We're in a paperless society. I don't have a council tax bill, I don't have a gas bill, and I don't have an electric bill. He says, well, I need a council tax bill. Off I went again. Called Mrs. M again. Explained the situation to Mrs. M. Honestly, I was getting cross by this stage. Wet through. So she checks it, took a photo, I don't know where she got it from, and sent me the copy through. So I went back into the job centre. I says, right, here, I've got this. It's for my residence here. And here's my driving licence as well. I said, by the way, I've just phoned the council and they haven't been sent. I said, they've been sat in the office, in the parking warden's office for 8 days, or 9 days actually, 9 days, and they're still there. Because what they do is, when they come over from Scarborough, one of the traffic wardens will occasionally bring them over and drop them off at the job centre. But in this instance, it seems that they either couldn't be bothered or they forgot about it. So now you would have thought the bloke behind the desk would have done that and checked when he said, sorry, you should be here, let me check with the council and find out exactly what's going on. No help at all. Anyway, back to the story. So I give him my council tax bill, says my resident address on it, And I give him my driving licence. He got me up on screen. He says, no, you can't have any. You had some in February and you're not allowed anymore. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? 3 visits in the pouring rain. Total incompetence. The Northie at Scarborough printed them. They printed, when I ordered them, they printed them the same next day and sent them straight down to the parking warden's office, and they've sat there ever since. Not a please, thank you, kiss my bottom, nothing. Not a sorry, nothing. When I spoke to the people at the council in Scarborough, they were actually very helpful and a bit understanding, and said, oh, we'll have a word with them, they should have been over by now. I'll get in touch with them and we'll try and get them over tomorrow, but it's no good. I've got to go to Batley to pick the dog up. So, now I've had 2 parking tickets, can't get any scratch cards, been messed about, can't buy any day parking because I'm a business, or because, honestly, it just absolute incompetence. You would not believe it, my friends. So I've come for a pint. What time is it? 2:45. And I'm on my beer already. So I've got to drive back to Batley tomorrow because Mrs. M's dealing with all the wrapping up of the house we're moving out of and all of that business. She's off to Centre Parks for the week with our youngest daughter, and then my oldest daughter and her 2 kids are going down for I don't know, they're going down anyway. So I've got to drive back to Batley to pick the dog up, the last dog we've got. Other one, you know what happened to the other one, poor little bugger. And then I've got to drive him back over to Whitby because she's away for the best part of 10 days. So the poor little lad's coming out with me, and if he craps on the floor, I'm going to have a stern word with him. I'm going to make the Scarborough warning, as we say. You do a doodad on that floor, mate. Me and you are going to fall out. Anyway, Tales of Woe, North Yorkshire Councils. You know, I suppose it is their fault because they printed them. They did it in pronto time, but they've just signed the traffic warden's office, you know. And then I haven't got, so they'll be soon slapping tickets on when I haven't got any scratch cards, won't they? Despite the fact that I've been sat over there for 9 days and nobody paying any attention. And I think if I hadn't called them, they'd been sat there another 9 days. That job centre, I'll tell you, the council people in there are just horrendous. They're just terrible to deal with. I once went in and someone, I got up, you've got to sit there, so they said to you, sit there and you'll have to wait. So I sat down and there's some posters on the wall, so I got up to read the posters, and the woman says, you'll have to sit down. I said, don't be ridiculous. Yes, you need to sit down. I says, well, why have you put those posters on the wall? She says, well, can't you read them from when you sat down? I said, have you not seen these? Does my crust in, honestly. So that's the tale of woe. I'm wet through, I'm fed up, got to drive back and pick the dog up. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to get blasted. I'm going to have a few bevies in here, and then I'm going to get a Chinese, and then I'm back in the bathroom's not done in our cottage yet. So it's looking fantastic, to be honest with you, but so I haven't got a shower or anything. I've had to move. Oh, did I tell you that tale of woe? People are in the storerooms, and we had a problem with the fridge, so I had to take the fridge out. I had to cut the wire off to get the fridge out, ordered a new one. It was coming from Comet. So it was they gave me a 4-hour delivery gap, so I sat there for 4 hours until 3:45, never turned up. Got hold of Comet, couldn't find you, so we didn't deliver it. So the people who were coming into the cottage, I didn't have a fridge for them, so I've had to ring up Sykes, tell the people I've given them £50 compensation, 50 compensation, and then we've got to wait another 10 days until the fridge can be delivered. So I'm going to have the same problem with the other people who are turning up on Sunday. Honestly, it's a bloody nightmare. Comet, no idea. And I'll tell you what, Lam, they'll rock up next week and they won't, because they can't be bothered. They can't be bothered. You know, Whitby's iddly-piddly little yards and all of that type of stuff. So, yeah, it's an utter nightmare. Anyway, I'm off to Ringsight's cottages and tell them we're going to have a problem for Sunday as well. That's it, mates. Keep smiling. It's the only thing you can do. I'll see you later. Keep well. Chin chin. Right. Wristband time. It's one of the new ones. It's the second one. I handed one to somebody who, anyway, it doesn't matter. So this is the second one, and I'm going to hide it for you. And I've dried out a bit, but I'm still freezing. Let's twizzle it round, and I'm going to hide it in Logger's Head Yard. So you know where this is. This is on Baxter Gate. It's the old smuggler. Closed, but it's all set up with teacups and saucers. There's the old menu on there, look. What does it say? I don't know how long ago that was. Anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? Loggerhead Yard, duck or grouse. In we go, duck. And if you look up there, just as you come in, I've stuck it behind. It's there. Can you see it? Right, if you can see it, I hope you find it. Thanks a lot, mates. Loggerhead's Yard. Chin chin.